Group dynamics in sport environment and the psychology of exercise. Groups and teams. Sports can be played by individuals, by groups or teams. Groups and teams have a lot of similarities, but they're also different. For example, you can get a football team, not a football group, as a football team depends on each other and supports each other for a common goal. A group gets together as they may have a shared activity, but might not share a common goal. Stages of group development, reference sport and exercise science, level 3. Tuckman, 1985, suggested that for a group to be a team, they need to go through 4 stages. Stage 1 is forming. This is when the people get to know each other and they may consider other people's strengths and weaknesses. It is often at this stage that leaders in a group test their leadership skills. Each person will work out if they want to be in that group or not. Storming is stage 2. It is at this stage that people may not agree with each other, as some may try and come across as more powerful than others. Everyone works in different ways and some may not like the way that they work, and this may cause conflict. People may want to change their role in the group and the leader will take guidance. Norming is stage 3. As people calm down, they may listen and work together. They develop a stronger bond. They start working together for common goals. Performing is stage 4. The team work well as a unit and there is hardly any conflict now as they try and reach their goal. Leaders start to develop team members and the group need less external supervision. Steiner's model and group effectiveness. Actual productivity equals potential productivity minus losses due to faulty group process. Actual productivity is about how the team performs. Potential productivity is divided by the skill levels of team members. Losses due to the faulty group process are things that can get in the way of performance and can be motivational or coordinational. Ringelmann effect. This is when individuals of the group become less productive as the size of their group increases. An example of this is in tug of war, where there is a small team, they will pull harder, and if there is a large team, they will not pull as hard. Social loafing. This is where there is less motivation, so they do not work as hard as they could. It happens when individuals feel like they're not having a lot of effect, so they don't work as hard. They may also lack confidence. They may feel like they can hide behind bars. Interactive and coactive groups. In interactive groups, members work together for success. In coactive teams, success is achieved in their individual event. Cohesion is when a group of people come together and they stay together even when there is maybe difficult times. There are 2 types of cohesion. Social cohesion is more about the enjoyment, and the task cohesion is about how teams work together to get their goal. Factors affecting cohesion. Karen's conceptual model of cohesion, 1982, is about things that have effect on the cohesion. These are teams. Some teams change players a lot, so they can't bond very well. Teams that go through a lot of experiences together are more likely to be productive. Leadership. If the coach is a good motivator and shows positivity, that they will motivate the team, but if they're not a good leader, then the team may become demotivated. So the communication and behaviour is important. Personal. Everyone's own characteristics are important to the team's performance. People who have common ways of thinking often work well together. Environmental. Groups that live near each other often work well together, especially small groups, as they can interact. Relationship between cohesion and performance. Teams with a greater amount of cohesiveness respond in a positive way to the coach and have a higher level of performance. The players of interactive sports like rugby and netball have a direct interaction between players, so cohesion is important. It is not so important for individual sports like snooker. Leadership. The qualities and behaviour. Every team needs leadership, but not everyone has leadership qualities. To be a leader, you need to set an example so others know to follow it. Patience, it helps athletes develop. Passion, to motivate your team to reach their goals. Enthusiasm, this helps others to also have enthusiasm. Communication, you have to communicate well so others listen. intelligence to come up with new ideas and plans. Prescribed versus emergent leaders. Leaders are either prescribed or emergent. A prescribed leader is when someone is made a leader by a higher authority. For example, Gareth Southgate was made England manager by the FA. An emergent leader gets leadership after they have done well in their sport and is well respected. An example is David Beckham, who was a leader of the England football team before he was made captain. Styles of leadership. Autocratic leaders tell people what to do rather than speaking about people's views on things. They like to take control of situations. It is good as decisions can be made quickly, but people may not feel motivated in their job and might not work as well as leaders. Democratic consultative group leaders are also very different. Autocratic leaders, as they involve members about decisions, and this is a more relaxed way of working. The leaders have a final say, but others can give ideas. This is good as people feel more comfortable in their job and are willing to work hard. A disadvantage of decisions are not made quickly. Theories of leaderships. There are four main theories. The trait approach assumes that leaders are born with leadership skills. Good leadership traits are assertiveness and persistence. Behavioural approach is opposite to trait and assumes that a leader is made and not born and is based on observing. Interrelational approach looks at interactions between the individual and their situation. There are two main types. Relationship-orientated leaders is when they focus on satisfaction, motivation and general well-being. They are effective with highly skilled athletes. Task-orientated leaders focus on their task to meet goals. These leaders are effective with less skilled athletes. Leaders should get to know the athlete to know how best to get the most out of them. Multi-dimensional model is where the leadership style is very depending on the characteristics of the athlete. It is when the leaders behave appropriately in a situation and get the best out of the group. Social facilitation. This is how you react to a certain social situation. Audience effect. You could react in a good or bad way when watched by the audience. Coaction affection is when you perform better because people around you are performing at the same time. Even if they are not in a good competition, sometimes through it can make you perform worse if you're performing something you're not sure of. Home advantage. If a team is playing at their home ground, they are more likely to win than the team away. This could be because the ground event plays is well or because they have lots of support.